First, how do inquiries and rate shopping affect a credit score? The impact from applying for credit will vary from person to person based on their unique credit histories. In general, credit inquiries can have a small impact on scores, since new credit only accounts for about 10% of the score. The score considers all inquiries within a 45-day period for a mortgage, an auto loan, or a student loan as one single credit inquiry. Consumers can avoid lowering your FICO score by doing rate shopping within a short period of time. For most consumers, one additional credit inquiry will take less than 5 points off their score. Inquiries can have a greater impact if consumers have few accounts or a short credit history. Large numbers of inquiries can also mean greater risk. Statistically, consumers with 6 or more on their credit reports can be up to 8 times more likely to declare bankruptcy than consumers with no inquiries on their reports. Now, while inquiries can often play a part in assessing risk, they play a minor part. Much more important factors for scores are how timely bills are paid and the overall debt burden. Next, do scores and versions of scoring models differ by industry? Yes, and they are constantly changing. Consumers have more than one score, depending on what type of credit they are seeking. Industry-specific scores are versions of FICO scores that are optimized for a certain type of credit product, such as mortgage, auto loans, or credit cards. The foundation of these versions is the same as the base FICO score versions, but they are fine-tuned based on industry-specific risk behavior. The score and data are only applicable at the specific time and date of request. Changes are constantly being made to a consumer's file at a bureau level. When creditors and lenders update their recent information with the bureaus, that varies from creditor to creditor. How the consumer has managed their credit to date will affect how a particular action may impact the score. For example, new information on the consumer's credit report, such as opening a new credit account, is more likely to have a larger impact for a consumer with a limited credit history in comparison to a consumer with a very full credit history. Next frequently asked question, can consumers request a free credit report? They sure can. In fact, they can request a free credit report every year. So once every 12 months, every consumer is entitled to one free credit report from each of the 3 major credit bureaus. An example of where they can request a credit report is annualcreditreport.com. Now, please note that this site doesn't provide credit scores, or more specifically, FICO scores. Consumers should always read the fine print before buying a credit report or credit score. Last question, are there any interactive resources consumers can use to learn more about FICO? Yes, and there are tons of resources available. I recommend myfico.com as there are videos, blogs, there's even a video game for the younger generation where they can absorb knowledge on ways that they can improve their FICO score and a lot of tips and tricks for managing that score moving forward. Now here on the screen we have an example of annualcreditreport.com. Again, this is a website where the borrowers can retrieve that free credit report every year. And next we have MyFICO. Here's a screenshot of that video game I mentioned called Credit Galaxy. It's a great educational game where consumers can learn all the ins and outs of FICO.